Hello and welcome to a brand new video here on Project 94. Today we're going to be taking a look at Chase Elliott's Coca-Cola 600 Napa gear wrench Chevrolet Camaro for Hendrick Motorsports. And this is going to be the first video on this brand new channel. And this is going to be quite an exciting debut for the channel. This is a new branch of Flash Racing Entertainment. And what we're going to be doing on this channel is we're going to try to do some diecast reviews and maybe other types of content that you may not find on 9446 Network. And if you recognize the voice, I am the same person that does videos for that channel. And I decided to start a brand new journey here and see how far I can take it. We're going to start with this one here. This is one of my Christmas presents this year that I got. It is 2022, the final day of 2022 as of this video, so this is kind of going to be a special one, kind of a bittersweet ending to the year, because this car brings me back to when I went with my parents to the Coca-Cola 600 this year, and this is a scheme that Chase Elliott ran. It's a very special scheme, and Chase Elliott finally brung back patriotic paint schemes. He hasn't gotten one in like 3 years before this, so he's finally got one, and I'm really excited for that because these next-gen cars are brand new for 2022, were brand new, and now we've got a lot of them, and going into 2023 we're going to be having some more of these out. And personally, I don't collect that much 124s. I just get the schemes that I like of the drivers that I like, and it's mostly Chase Elliott that I buy for. So yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what the box looked like, because I know some people are wondering what my opinions are on that. Here's a box. These boxes, I'm going to be quite honest, I don't like these boxes. They don't stack well, so you can't stack them like they used to. They got to sell them up like that. Second of all, this bubble here, that is not going to protect the car that much. It's sort of okay, but there are definitely some like crush zones on here that are definitely going to ruin the paint if it hits super hard. So yeah, not really a big fan of these boxes, but that's besides the point of this video. A lot of flimsy areas, but this is my first next gen 124, so I might as well show you guys this, how the box is when I kind of think of the packaging. So they might be going back to the old style packaging of the other 124s. So there's the bottom of the box for those of you who want to see that. We're going to go whooshka, and we're going to go straight to the car. So right off the bat here, folks, as a next-gen diecast, it is pretty light because there is just an underbody under here. It's just an all-plastic piece with screws in it. And, of course, the new wheels, and we'll get a closer look at all that. I'm just going to review the paint scheme to start with. So got number 9 right there, ZL1, Hendrick Motorsports, Chevrolet, with the Camaro front end, of course. You've got the ZL1 logos, Napa, with the hood vents, which are actually on top of the decals as they should be. You have Chevrolet, 1LT Harris with the little air vent so the driver can breathe. You got Sunoco, number 9, Goodyear. Of course, you have the Honor and Remember on the wheels. This is my first patriotic 124, so this is the only one of my 124s that actually has this, with the Goodyear with the blue outline to it. NASCAR Cup Series, NASCAR Salutes, number 9. Napa Auto Parts, or just Napa. Chase Elliott's name, the winner sticker. That's more than likely from Dover, because that was his first win up to this point. Cronus, Exalta, Cincinnati, Freightliner, Hooters, Mac Tools, and Siemens. Got A-Shock, Hooters, Lumar, Gear Wrench. And, of course, you have Kelly Blue Book, Valvoline, and it looks like a picture of Rick Hendrick, or whatever that sticker is. Maybe someone that used to work at Hendrick Motorsports to just paying tribute right there. The Valvoline. The rear quarter window right there. UniFirst. And on the back you got Valvoline, Gear Wrench, number 9. Got the Chevy logo, Camaro ZL1, and giant Camaro on the back bumper right there. Giant taillights, and of course you have Napa Auto Parts, and of course this is DIN number 533. Got Chase Elliott's name right there. Napa Know-How, number 9. And for the paint scheme itself, I do not have the standard normal blue and yellow scheme of this in the 124, but it's pretty much that paint scheme. But for those who have never seen the paint scheme before, I'm going to go over it It starts out with the blue in the front, and it kind of goes across the side. You do have a bit of like seam lines here from like the decals, but that's not a big deal. It really isn't. And of course you got the red shooting across over the wheel well, and of course got the blue backdrop to it, and of course you have the shape of the Napa logo with the white outline. Kind of goes over the A post right here, which is really cool. It just kind of just neatly wraps around the Napa logo, and of course has the red wrapping around it, and of course the number itself's got a red outline, a white fill-in with the thin blue outline to it. On the top, you got the bold blue. It's kind of like a bold outline to it, then a white outline, a thin red outline, and of course the dark blue number fill-in right there, which I find to be pretty cool that you got a different 9 on the roof than the rest of the car, just like the other one. Of course, you got gear wrench right there. They get biofuel, but just look at how big. Look at how, like, big the gear wrench is. It's pretty long across the side. I really like how they actually had a different sponsor there instead of it just being like Auto Parts again, because Gear Wrench has actually had a partnership with Napa. So it's like, how is Gear Wrench a Haas sponsor with the Hendrick thing? That's why they have that on there. It was a promotional deal. But yeah, just an iconic scheme. Just in terms of the template, it's a really good looking template. I mean, I really like just how those stripes just wrap around the Napa logo. It's just, I really like this scheme to begin with. That's the blue and yellow. So to see the inverted patriotic one is something I think is really, really cool. I really like that. And of course, you got the dark gray metallic rims, so it's not just a black rim like the standard one is. You got your brakes. I don't see any calipers in there, so I think it's just a brake disc. And let's get a closer look at these wheels, because this is actually the lug nut, the new rim, and of course, bigger, looks like the 18, 19-inch rim with less meat than the other rims of the older car. Got the exhaust right there. You have the other little vents right there. Now I'm just going to start looking at other parts of the car as I go through this as well. Of course, the red and the blue kind of wrap around the back with the thin line of white in between. And it goes all the way to the back. That's why the white Camaro logo looks kind of weird. Instead of just doing it black, it kind of just blends in with the white stripe right there with the ZL1. So I really like how the Napa logo itself is recolored to match the scheme. That's another cool touch of this one. And of course, let's kind of look at the casting of this car now that I kind of looked at the paint scheme. Of course, the side skirts, some teams wrap them, some teams just leave it alone. Hendrick just kind of leaves it black as it is. And of course, the spoiler is black, and the splitter is black as well. And let's take a look at that. That's a stepped splitter, as you can tell. It's got the different kind of, so you can kind of see how low the car is sitting, or how high up off the ground, however you want to look at it. That's there for the teams as well. They finally stopped doing these goofy Chevy logos on the hood. I'm finally glad they're done with that. It kind of didn't look right. Quality-wise, it's not bad. It is kind of dirty in some areas, though, if you kind of get a closer look. There's a little chip like there, but it's kind of tiny and hard to see. But other than that, no major errors on the car decal-wise, so that's going to be good. And here's the roof flaps. The part you've all been waiting for, and that is the opening features. So there's that. People want to see that. You got both roof panners, the front and the back. No stickers to it. This one's kind of loose, so I might have to kind of tighten that up a little. Elliott's name right there. And of course, we gotta look under the hood, but you guys have all been waiting for that. So let's get the hood open on this. More easier to open than last year. You could just flip the car open and it just comes right open. Let's see. Chevy, Napa Auto Parts, and yes, that decal is cut off. So that's lovely. They can't even get the inside of the hood decals. You got Lumar, Hooters, Universe, A-Shock, Heli, Blue Book, and Wix filters. So get the Chev. And of course, not much going on with the engine. No, there's no like cords or spark plugs or anything like that. It's just a plastic block. A little bit underwhelming for the engine detail, but the Elliotts are not that much different than this either. Really, the only difference is like the trunk opening and the suspension, and then the removable underbody, which there's not really much to be said there anyways. So there's that engine closed up. Let's try to get a look at the inside, because there might be some differences. I know the gauges and stuff are a little newer than the other ones are. The rear quarter window shape, of course, is for the Camaro. Gotta try to cover as much details as I can, because I do want this to be sort of a informative video of what the standard 124s get you for the $66 or whatever it is. Got the underbody here, which is all flat, which this is actually how the cars look, so I cannot discredit them very much. Got the little scrape panels right there. That's kind of how the cars were getting beached. They were just getting like super low on the ground and scraping, and they literally had to tow the cars up like this with the tow truck. The diffuser, that was going to be the most interesting thing. If you look at the diffuser, again, it kind of just hangs all the way down here, as you guys can probably tell. And of course, these parts of it I think are different on the Elite, but it's because this is a standard, they kind of have this like little hollow area. I don't know if it's like that on the real life car, but it kind of is that way for this. Got the underbody all just black. And of course the trunk is closed because they have the hinges of where those things could go on. But of course they are not there because this is a standard car. Pretty short deck lid compared to the Gen 6. I don't feel like pulling out a Gen 6 right now to compare it, so you just kind of have to just take my word for it. They are the smaller deck lids on there. Giant spoiler, of course, which we looked at, and it actually kind of does have clearness to it. The clear tip around, it actually goes around all the edges of the spoiler and has the little boltings of the spoiler and how it goes on there. And of course, the little track bar holes. I don't think these cars have track bars anymore, as far as back as I can remember. These are totally different cars in the Gen 6 era. So you guys, a 360 review of this car. Here's the front of the car. Here's the hood. Here's the right side. How did I forget the exhaust if I didn't bring that up already? Here's the right side. There's some problems here with the exhaust. So some cars have like big exhaust. Some of them have small. This one I think has the pretty big one. So as far as I know, that's accurate. Here's the back. Here's the deck lid. Here's the roof. Here's the left side. And the chassis of the car. And yes, the wheels, this thing, I'll give it this. That's the last thing I might talk about. These things turn on a dime. I mean, look at that. Look how quickly that steers. Like, if no one's going to play with these cars, obviously, but like if they ever did, look at that. Just steers very well, and it's very easy to display. Got a bit of a working suspension. By the way, the Elites have the suspension. These are just like the normal, the standard ones just are fixed. There are ways of lowering these things as well, but I will not be doing that. And as far as the diecast review, that's really all we got here. So that is going to be it for the Chase Elliott Patriotic 124. I kind of did two different kinds of reviews in one. I reviewed the paint scheme, and then I reviewed some of the features of this 124. There's other channels out there that can describe it better than I, but I wanted to do a video, like I said, to kind of open up this channel. And I hope it was what you wanted it to be. If there's anything you guys want me to do differently, if the comment section is allowed to be open, I can certainly leave that. But yeah, guys, that is going to be it for this car here. And of course, there's sentimental value. I was at this race, and not to mention the shape of the car. It's really, really cool looking. Got the hips, like as Simon likes, or Simon, 9446 likes to call it, the hips on the car. I don't know, I just find that kind of funny that he would, like, call it that, but, you know, that's my channel owner. I'm still going to be doing work over there. I'm still going to be filming videos on that channel. This is just kind of a passion project for me, just like a little side channel. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment, like, and subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next end. As soon as I'm about to end, I find something else to point out. Got the 164 back there. Alright, that's it, guys. So thank you all for checking this one out. Comment, like, subscribe, and we will see you guys next time. And go on the 9446 channel to check out the Martinsville race in the Flash Racing Cup Series. And always remember to make sure you know what you're doing when you're putting decals on your diecasts.